Greetings, everyone, and welcome to our guided Tarpanam series here at Pillai Center Practice YouTube. It is Sunday, October 3rd, 2021. My name is Sucharita, for those of you who don't know me. Wishing you all a very warm welcome. We have been coming together for the past several days. We have 7 guided days of power times that we can tap into that are going to help us to connect with our ancestors during this time where they're most active on the earth plane. They're ready to bless us, but we just need to give them what they're wanting us to offer to them, and that is primarily the black sesame seeds. And what Dr. Pillai has shared is that if you do any type of spiritual practice, whether it's mantra practice, meditation, you participate in spiritual services or go on pilgrimages, or you go to the church, the temple, the mosque, the synagogue, whatever spiritual place that is super charged with the divine energy, you still need to do something to get the blessings from the ancestors, because that's how we came through, was the lineage on the mother side and the father side. They got together and then we were born through that. So our soul is on our journey, and it got to come into this lifetime through the lineage from our mother side and father side. Now, most of us have maybe started only to explore this Tarpanam, this ancestral offering. And during this time, the great time of the ancestors, where they're here for 2 weeks approximately, and we have one more day to go. That's a power time, the new moon, and that's going to be in a couple of days. So these 2 weeks, people have been sharing that, wow, I never knew, I never realized how important it is to connect with the ancestors, give them what they need, and then ask for what I want in return. So it is a reciprocal process that we go through here, is where we are asking for the blessings to manifest whatever it is in our life that brings us comfort, joy, happiness, beautiful relationships, perhaps even a healing of our finances as well, not only of our body and our mind, but it's also financial healing. So we need money to be able to navigate on the earth plane. That's the currency. So just like we need all of that, we need food, shelter, medicine, money. That's what money buys for us, just to survive. So it used to be long ago that you could shake someone's hand and then they would give you something. You would make you would negotiate the terms of your exchange and services, and then it would all balance out. But it's not like that anymore. So even though we know, hey, money is what is necessary, we have this inherited, perhaps, behavioral trait that says money is evil. It's the root of all evil. Money will make you to be bad in your life. So we've had that in our upbringing. We've had it in the world. We've had it. We continue to have it right in our face. It's always there. And we are eating it. We're absorbing it. We are taking it in as if it is for real. And it may be true or not, but we are the ones who have to put the roof over our head and pay the bills and buy the food, the groceries. We've got to educate the kids. We've got to put clothes on the back and so on. And we want to be able to do our spiritual practices. So most people will say, well, I'm praying, I'm getting down on my knees, I'm chanting mantras, I'm doing everything that I can spiritually to cleanse my body, my mind, my soul. Well, we need the blessings of the ancestors because we share their genes, we share their DNA. So that's why Dr. Pillai wanted us to come together during this most powerful time of the year, so that we won't blink and miss it. We will feel the connection to the ancestors. So you're all invited to set your intention and ask the ancestors deep, deep inside of you. They are in other planes. So maybe some ancestors committed suicide. Maybe some ancestors were really bad in this lifetime, in the lifetimes that they were alive, and they're hanging upside down, or they're burning in hellish states to try to purify the karma. it's not easy to shake it off of our souls. And so we share their DNA, and we also share their soul's DNA. So how does that happen? Well, just take a look at or explore, perhaps, or try to understand that not only is it a biological gene pool that we come through, where we share each other's genes, the DNA, we also share the DNA perhaps of the spirits who have gone before us. And also, if you were adopted or you don't know your biological gene pool, maybe you were raised in an unusual environment where, oh, I was born into this world with other parents, and then maybe they died, or maybe I have been raised by somebody else, or maybe there's a bit of both. So a little bit of both. So that's what happens, is that we don't even know what our soul wants to experience, but it picks up this gene pool. It gets expressed physically. And as we mentioned before, just take a look at your nose or your eyes or your cheekbones or your thoughts. It can also be behaviors. People will say, oh, you're just like your great grandfather or your great grandmother or whoever it is. And it could be good or not so good, but we inherit that. So whether we're aware of it or not, we might become more and more alert. Oh, wow, that's the way I am, or that's what they meant when they said that. I don't have to necessarily use that as my destiny. And so if you're here and you're new to Dr. Pillai's teachings, or if you've been around for a while, you've been coming and going, it's a reminder how to change the destiny is through the Tarpanam. So once again, you can get down on your knees and pray. You can chant mantras. You can meditate. You can do all the right things. You can be charitable. You can give your money, your time, your energy to those who really need it the most. Until you get the blessings of the ancestors, all of that is going to be investment, investment, investment. And we need the return on our investment right now. So that's what the Tarpanam will do. It will clean up things like curses or evil eye. And what is that? Evil eye is just people are jealous of you or envious of you, or they don't really want to see your success. And they can be very close, near and dear to you, not so near and dear. And you may find that out. You may feel hurt about it. And that's the pain on a subtle level that you need to break that vicious cycle. So even though we know what we know, how do you crush it? How do we bring more harmony, more peace, more joy, more happiness in those interpersonal relationships, or with respect to money? Money is coming and going. That can be a curse. It can be your progress in your job or your spiritual or your career or your health or your children, your family relationships. You have all these breakthroughs and then all of a sudden breakdown. And it just sets you back even further. And you just go, what is the point? So people will also have suicidal thoughts. What? Yes, because in your lineage, perhaps people committed suicide. And it's not about right or wrong. Perhaps they were in a very traumatic situation, maybe even during the wars. Whose ancestors weren't? If we look at just the closest to us, 6 generations, Dr. Pillai says. So if you just walk down memory lane and you imagine the ancestors who have gone before you in 6 generations before you. Remember, ancestors are people who are dead. They're no more. So if your grandmother or grandfather is alive, or even great-grandmother, great-father, they're not ancestors yet. They're alive. So it can be ancestors who are children. So some children died early, or they were miscarried. They didn't even get born, or stillborn, or they were aborted. So once again, it's not about right or wrong. It's about these souls who are restless. They are pinging you and saying, hey, I want to live through you. I want to activate you. And how you will kind of know that is you won't be taking responsibility for your life. And it makes sense, right? Because these young souls, they don't have any experience. They were taken out before they could learn things in their lifetime. And then eventually, as they aged, they had some wisdom coming in. some life experiences. So as you're moving along in your life, or you're going along in your life, you might not be taking responsibility, or you might be making really bad decisions, like a childlike. So explore that. And although it might sound hurtful, you might experience, whoa, that is so true, because people even say you're so immature, you're so naive, or you're just too trusting. And you just can go, wow, maybe there is something in your life where you are in your gene pool where there is miscarriages. It could be stillborns, it could be children, or abortions, or it could be children who died during perhaps the war. So these are what we will get activated inside of our DNA. As Dr. Pillai says, your genes think. So soul genetics is something that you might want to explore. Look at Pillai Center Academy. It is a fabulous course. It will help you to connect with your ancestors and understand this. It's not only concept, soul genetics, it is for real. So you share the traits of your ancestors, you share their souls as well. So even though you may not be biologically committed to that same type of gene pool, you may also be spiritually connected to a gene pool. So there can be ancestors like gurus or guides, or the lineage you came from, and the tradition. This, for example, your religious tradition. How come you have chosen to evolve and jump into Christianity in this lifetime? Explore that, or Hinduism, or Buddhism, or any ism. So you might want to think, hey, how did I end up here? Or why is it that I'm interested in Buddhism and I'm born a Christian? So it kind of makes sense why you are kind of groping for or seeking for the truth, because some of your ancestors may have done the same thing and they're all over the map, and you might feel confused on your spiritual path. So once again, Dr. Pillai's teachings are spiritual science. So you use your own life as your own experiment, and then figure out how you're going to navigate, whether you're a Christian, whether you're Buddhist, whether you're a Muslim, whoever you are. Maybe you don't believe in God at all, but you believe in energy. You believe in a higher energy or a power or a force that is guiding you. And then you can express, or you can get into that state of receptivity where you get the blessings from your ancestors who perhaps did explore life that way. And it's not about judging right or wrong, who my God's better than your God, or my religion is better than your religion. It's about getting clear, getting clarity and cleansing at the body, at the level of the body, the mind, the soul. So what's so special about today is it's a 13th moon. And there are 13th moons, waning and waxing cycles each month. At this particular time, on the dark side of the moon, where we are with Mahalaya, we started from just off of a full moon a couple of weeks ago, and now we're coming into a new moon. So every month it does that. It goes in from a full moon to a new moon, then a new moon to a full moon, and that's 30 days. So 15 days approximately, 16, and then 15 or 16 days on the other side, depending on how many days are in a month. So those moon phases, you can see them in the sky. As it gets closer to the new moon, though, you can't see the moon, can you? So it represents that this is a fresh, clean slate, and the moon represents your mind. So what is your mind focused on today is perhaps more so in your throat. So you might be feeling something in your throat. Maybe there are things coming up. You have a scratchy throat, or maybe you even feel sick. Maybe you feel like you're choking your words. Maybe you feel like there's a lump in your throat. Maybe you feel like you don't want to speak at all. So there is some sensation, and you're invited to use your own body, use your own attentional energy, use your own intelligence right now to explore the throat, and also the shoulders and the heart and the third eye. So if you look at it, here's the third eye, here's the heart, here are the shoulders, Here's the throat. So it's like a cross, isn't it? So you want to get into this vertical where you're just bursting through that cross. You don't want to carry that cross anymore. So what you want to do on this 13th moon is you want to think about the things that you really want to dump. So the 13th moon is Pradosham. It's a window of opportunity to dump a lot of negative congested energies that are choking up here. You can't get to the third eye, the portal to your higher self. So the 13th moon is an empowered time. You're empowered at the level of the soul to come and do this Tarpanam offering to the ancestors, clean up the karma that you inherited, knowingly or unknowingly, from at least 6 generations on the mother's side and 6 generations on the father's side. If you've been doing Tarpanam for a while, or you're part of the year-long Tarpanam program, maybe you'll want to explore offering to more generations. But we start with 6 so that you feel something. You don't want to skip over those generations because then that's not really paying attention to them. It's kind of disrespecting them. So you will feel when they are all satisfied, and then you can add more generations to your prayers. So for now, we'll say 6 on either side of the family. If you're at 8 or 10 or 12, then you'll say 8 or 10 or 12 or 64. Ultimately, we're all going to be praying for the whole world because we're all one at the level of the soul, one big soul family. However, we got some stuff we've got to clean up that is creating harms and hurdles in our lives. So Pradosham, dosham means affliction. So what is an affliction that the ancestors could have, you could have inherited by your ancestors that could have passed through the genes and that gets expressed? Can be a disease, can be cancer, or can be diabetes, can be arthritis, can be any kind of problems with your senses, your eye vision or hearing, or so you have loss or you have limited vision, hearing loss. It can be that you are addicted to drugs. It can be prescription drugs even. It can be alcohol, can be that you're addicted to smoking cigarettes, cigars, can be marijuana, can be all kinds of different addictions. It can be sex addictions, can be eating disorders or eating addictions. You can't stop yourself, or you're anorexic. So there may be ancestors who are starving and they are starving inside of you. So you can manifest that in your life, or maybe in your gene pool here, the descendants, you can see it. So you just don't have to go very far to see how your ancestors are manifesting these kinds of afflictions through you, through your gene pool, through the descendants here. Or perhaps if you do a little bit of retrospective digging, historically speaking, in your family, even if you don't know, you might start to find out about it. So how they passed away and what happened can be relationship problems, bickering, fighting, can be family feuding, can be inheritance issues are coming up. So those are the kinds of afflictions. So dosha or dosham means afflictions. Pra comes from the word to protect you. So it's going to protect you from those kinds of energies or those kinds of thoughts that are saying, hey, go fight with everybody, or go try to take away someone's inheritance because maybe they were given it all, and then some ancestor was given all the whole family inheritance, and then one of your family members went and took it, and then you start to fight with them. Legal battles. If you have legal battles, you definitely have afflictions in your life, and you might just explore how many people in your family or your relatives, or in history, the ancestors, if they were either lawyers or judges or somebody like that, and then there was some curse that came through, maybe somebody cursed them, and then you're in lawsuits all the time, or debt, credit card debt, whoa, mortgages to the max. You buy something and then you have to get it, it gets taken away from you or stolen. So people have those kinds of afflictions too. So Pradosham, this window of time, will really help you to see that there is a lot of problems that the ancestors are showing you right now. Maybe you have mental illness or depression, or again, suicidal thoughts, and you're like, what the heck is going on? Or why do I see that in my life? In my the gene pool that I'm coming from, my relatives or people around me even. So all aspects of life, you can really see, whoa, the ancestors are showing me, hey, I need to go and do this Tarpanam offering, cleanse my body, cleanse my mind, cleanse my soul, be at peace, cleanse my throat, especially today. This is the 13th moon here in Toronto, Canada, Eastern Daylight Savings Time. We just started the 13th moon. So it's going to go on, and around sunset, if you can do your Tarpanam right before sunset, that's a really great time. We're doing it now. And just remember that Tarpanam offering is done during sunlight hours. So what does that mean? Right after the sun rises and before the sun sets. If you're tuning in right now and you're in a place where it's dark, so the sun has not yet risen, or the sun has set already and it's nighttime, then you're welcome to watch and pray along with us and do the offering through this virtual reality, and then this virtual classroom. And then once the sun rises or the sun is coming again for you, sunlight hours, then you can do your Tarpanam. Maybe you want to watch this again, fast forward it to the actual Tarpanam offering. So with that, power time, the energy at this point in time that is going to empower you, that's going to bring more light, more love, more super consciousness, cleanse the afflictions during Pradosham. So protect you from doshams, the afflictions, the addictions, the pain, the suffering, the legal battles, the inheritance issues, the challenges with the generations, the kids, and so on. And then help you to get success, feel success in your life. So we have ups and downs. We win some, we lose some, but we don't ever feel consistently successful. It's always a dangling carrot, if you will, or we're chasing after it. So, and then we get tired. So then we give up. So you don't want to give up. You want to experience success now, because we have a lot of ancestors who were very blessed to have blessed lives. And then they want to give those blessings to you. They want to wake up that consciousness inside of you. So you might change or shift your money consciousness. You might shift your relationship consciousness, your health consciousness, your spiritual consciousness. So you might be very clear, wow, I didn't know what was holding me back. So, you're welcome to explore the links below that we'll share. You can find out about the new moon. It's a very powerful time to come. Even if you couldn't participate in any of the Mahalaya practices up until this point, if you can and it fits into your budget, I would highly recommend starting there to honor the ancestors on the final day, the new moon of Mahalaya. And then you will get the blessings from the ancestors, because they know what your struggles are. And God only knows what you can and cannot do. If you can't afford it, that's okay too. Please show up to this virtual classroom, and then we can do it together and get the blessings. So there are no hard or fast rules with Dr. Pillai. He just wants you to make sure that you're doing the Tarpanam and do it every day after. It's super, super easy. So we're going to get to that now. So I'm going to move aside, and then I'm going to be just showing you the altar here, or the table that we have set up. You've got Dr. Pillai in the background, so he's giving you lots of grace and blessings. For those people who are new to Tarpanam, I'm just going to get a little bit up close and personal here with the setup and what it is that we're going to offer. So you can see here that we've got this tray. Okay, so we have water. I'm just going to move that away for a little bit. So we've got some different items. We've got the black sesame seeds. So if you do Tarpanam every day, it's going to cleanse your body, your mind, your soul. In fact, it will be the thing that allows you to move, to benefit from all your practices that you've been doing. And Dr. Pillai shares a little bit that I just wanted to read out to you. So he says, if you help your ancestors be liberated, their liberation is also your liberation. So for those people who English is not their first language, liberation means freedom. Freedom to move and to do whatever you want to do. So your thoughts, poverty thoughts, prosperity thoughts, relationship issues, fabulous relationships, all the other problems, all the fabulous things that you want to manifest, so good and not so good, you will have to ask for the ancestors to give you the freedom to choose the best thoughts for you. So we want to get rid of the poverty thoughts, scarcity consciousness, relationship issues, health issues, work issues, career issues, business issues, children issues, all kinds of issues. So we want all those problems to vanish. And so this technology, the Tarpanam, which is feeding the ancestors with sesame seeds. So this Mahalaya, the performing of the Tarpanam using the sesame seeds. Why sesame seeds? Why is that used for Tarpanam? So according to the Indian tradition, Dr. Pillai says sesame seeds have the ability to both absorb spiritual power and remove spiritual impurities. The black covering around the seed is said to be symbolic of the subtle bodies of our ancestors. So these little seeds here are the subtle bodies of our ancestors, the black covering. So it kind of makes sense, right? We say, oh, we've got these black marks on our soul. How do we clean that up? You offer the Tarpanam, and that is going to, by offering the black sesame seed through the practice of the Tarpanam, it's believed that the spiritual impurities of your ancestors' subtle bodies, which is their negative karma, is removed. And the spiritual purity within their subtle bodies is increased. So the secret power of the sesame seed is that it gives your ancestors in need the energy to move on to higher spiritual planes. As your ancestors ascend, it changes the karma for your entire lineage. As your ancestors ascend, or they go up into realms of light, out of the dark pits of despair, it changes the karma for your entire lineage. As you're now free from the negative karma, and they are now free to place in a place to give you blessings. So I just wanted to share that fabulous excerpt from Dr. Pillai to remind us how powerful these little black sesame seeds are. So if you have only access to the beige ones or the cream colored ones, you can start with that. But you should be able to pick these up at your local grocery store or online, or at in the international aisle in your grocery store. Indian stores, puja stores have them. So try to get these in. You pray to find them, and they will just show up. And buy a bunch of them. This amount is like an ounce, and it will probably last a month. So if you just offer a little bit every day with a little bit of water, that's all you need to do. And you're going to see how simple and easy that is. What else can you do? You can add a little bit of white rice powder, and it is any type of rice, don't worry about it. And it's also called rice flour. The ancestors love that. So you can offer white rice grains if you don't have any kind. Jasmine can be parboiled, doesn't really matter. Even if you have brown rice, try that. Wild rice. But white rice is the tradition. You can have it cooked or uncooked to offer the ancestors. They love it. What else could you add? You want to add the coin. This is the currency, any coin of your country or another country, any shape, any size, any denomination, a coin. Then you can, so this is what it will look like, just a little bit. It has the black sesame seed, and there's a little bit of white rice powder, and that's minimum, and some white rice grains. Now, if you want to get into it, you want to offer the darba. Darba is what the ancestors will do to give you royalty consciousness. So we've been talking about this darba, DHARBA, versus durva. So this is durva grass, and we're going to offer it to Lord Ganesha. And so durva, or Bermuda grass in English, is, or Ganesha grass, is quite fine, and this is a dried version. Comes in long pieces, just like the darba does. Versus the darba. So let's just take a look at the darba. So you can even hear it. It's like kind of like straw, and it comes in long pieces as well. I've cut them here. So you've got the darba versus the durva, D-U-R-V, as in victory for Ganesha. That you can see the difference. So this is harder and more stiff, and this is bendy, and it's a little bit finer. So it's dried out. That's okay. Here in the West, it's not easy to get. So Dr. Pillai said, no problem. You can offer it dried. So this is what the darba, the ancestral grass, the ancestors love this. So you cut it up and you can offer that. This is sandalwood powder. We'll talk about that tomorrow when we come for the new moon. You're going to know what that's all about if you have that or want to get it. This is turmeric. Turmeric is for health and wealth and joy and happiness. It's like gold. We also have a little bit of flowers that you could add. Just a few flower petals. This is what we offered last time, and it's kind of drying out now. It was fresh. So this is tulsi, sacred basil, or tulasi. It's dried. There are some seeds there too. If you can't get the leaves and dry them out, there's seeds there. So you can have that and just pop a few of them. This is called bilva or vilva, and this is what Lord Shiva loves. So you can go online and check that out, or just one of our friends here, either it's Bhairavi or Arjun, or it could be Jamie today helping out on the chat. So bilva or vilva is what Lord Shiva loves. And Lord Shiva is the divine being who gets rid of our stubborn karma. In fact, today on Pradosham, he's the one who we're going to invoke and ask him to clear it out of our throat. Keep paying attention to your throat and all your thoughts and your shoulders, your chest, your third eye. That's what you want to feel, clarity. You want to feel something smooth versus something kind of stuck and painful. So bilva is what you can offer as well. So what will that look like? Well, it will look like this, all mixed up. Here, this is a waterproof container. And so when you take a shower, that's when you want to offer the tarpanam, after you've taken your shower during daylight hours. And you can have this seal container. So it's even in the shower, you can offer it. Make sure that you have a catcher, a drain catcher, to catch all the different items. So here, there's a mixture in there. And you can't see all of it, but there's crushed leaves in there. There's darba grass. There's the black sesame seeds. You've got the yellow color, the orangey color. That's the turmeric and the sandalwood powder. You've got the white rice grains and so on, as we mentioned. So you have this mixture done, all prepared ahead of time. And then you can just add your coin to that once you are in the shower, and you're going to see how easy that is to do. And then, so that will be what you have set up every day. So these are all the items. If you only have one of the items, it's this. That's going to do it, because remember, the black sesame seed, the coating on the black sesame seed is that which is the ancestors' karma. So we're going to offer it, and it doesn't mean that the black is going to go away, but you're going to feel something. So we don't want to just show up here and be entertained. We want to feel this, and we want to be able to do this at home and feel it, feel them coming. into the palm of our hands to take this offering, to remove the sins, remove the mistakes, remove that black covering from the soul. So it's just like when you take a painkiller or Tylenol when you have a headache or body pain, you don't really want to know all the science and technology and the biochemistry. That's just a pain in the head. So adding to the pain. So you just want to do it knowing that it is a blessed. It's done in Dr. Pillai's name from the Tamil Siddha tradition that he hails from, and perhaps you've been practicing using this in previous lifetimes, but you forgot, or maybe even in this lifetime and you forgot to do it continuously. So you're invited, just like you would brush your teeth every day, to have good dental health and body health, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health. When you have bad teeth, you just are in pain all the time, everywhere. So you want, just like that, to have good health. You want to do this for the health and the wealth of your ancestors, the evolution of your gene pool, and the peace, the prosperity that is ready for you. You just need that return on your investment. So now that we have shown everybody what you can do here to get ready, we've got the Shiva Lingam. This is what Shiva loves during his day, which is Pradosham, this window of time, the 13th moon on the waning cycle today, to ask for a new destiny, to change the destiny of the pain of the ancestors, to have those afflictions be removed, and to be able to go into a new life with grace and ease and blessings from them. And we're going to offer these bilva leaves to the Shiva Lingam as well, just for fun today. So without further ado, think of the afflictions that you want to ask the ancestors to remove that from them. So that gets removed in the spiritual realm. It's super easy to do in the spiritual realm because there's no physical delay. So when you set your intention, whether it's for healing of the body, healing of the mind, healing of the soul, whatever affliction in your finances, your family, your kids, your prosperity consciousness, whatever it is, you just ask that gets removed, and then just leave it. So set your intention and then just leave that prayer. And we're going to now offer to Lord Ganesha to open this up for us and invite the divine to come in. So if you want to keep your eyes open, you can. You can also close your eyes and focus your attention internally. We're going to offer the Ganesha grass, Durva with a V, versus Darba. So Durva, DURVA, Ganesha grass, Bermuda grass. Focus your attention on the root of your spine. So that's kind of the tailbone area. Also, just a little bit up from there. In your subtle body, your energy body, is the sixth center, the sixth chakra, and also the navel chakra. That's where Ganesha resides. It will get you out of survival anxiety and move your attentional energy up. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Now, you can open your eyes. If you have your different items to do the Tarpanam, then you can join in. If not, you can be watching. So you've got your bowl. You're facing south, southwest, or east, according to the Indian tradition, or if you're from another tradition and your ancestors are in another direction, try that out too. No hard or fast rules, just try it and see what happens. So we're going to, in our right hand, we're going to take a little bit of the water. It's unopened, it's fresh. And we're just going to wash a little bit on the palm of the right hand. You're going to hold this hand open. And you're going to take a little bit of this already mixed up tarpanam. And you're going to put it on your right hand palm, about a coin-sized amount. Now, we're going to add up a little bit more because we're here as a global community, and we'll see what the ancestors want us to do. So you pop your coin in there. We're going to put some bilva. This, again, is for Lord Shiva. This is his day. It seems like he wants that much. We're going to add some of the black sesame seeds extra. And then maybe we'll add some darba grass extra. And maybe a little bit of this. And hold it over top. So now you're going to take your left hand and put it underneath and feel. From your heart, you're going to feel the ancestors coming. You're going to feel the connection. You're going to sense. Maybe you'll get a message. Maybe you'll smell something like your grandfather used to smoke cigars. Maybe you'll smell that. There will be some message that you're connecting. Take a little bit of the water, left hand, pour it over top of this mixture, make it to come alive. Invite the ancestors. Your eyes closed or open. Keep your focus on the tarpanam mix. Feel it. Feel your whole body. Take a deep breath and pray. This offering is for 6 generations on my mother's side of the family, the maternal side of the family, of the ancestors who have gone before us. Please take this offering. This is a window of time, Pradosham, the 13th waning moon during Mahalaya, the most powerful time of the year, to honor you, to honor the ancestors. Please wholeheartedly accept this offering. Forgive me for not knowing to do this on a daily basis for you. Hereafter, I will. As often as I can remember, please remind me always to honor you first. That's the affliction. Feel the energy. Maybe tears will be shed. And then you can pick up the water and wash away the sins of 6 generations on your mother's side of the family. All the problems being washed away, all the afflictions. Tiranilakantam, 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 Tiranilakantam. Focus your attention on your throat. Tiranilakantam, 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 Tiranilakantam. Pray wholeheartedly to 6 generations on your mother's side of the family. Please, please accept this offering. Go into the light, ascend into higher realms. Be blessed. Forgive us as we've forgiven you for all the mistakes you've made, all the mistakes we've made. Be at peace. Bless, bless, bless. And ask for the blessing, whatever it is in your life. Peace, prosperity, and enlightenment. And once you are finished with your prayer to the mother's side of the family, then right hand over top of the bowl, take some water, pour it on top of the palm, and then you can take your Tarpanam offering, coin-sized amount, put the coin in there. Take some, we're going to take some bilva leaves for Lord Shiva to get rid of all the afflictions. I'm going to use a little bit of the black sesame seeds. We'll add some more darba. And then some petals. The father's side wants some tulsi. That's okay. Add a little bit more. Now, take a little bit of water and add it to the mix. Make it to come alive for the ancestors to feel that the essence of this offering. Left hand underneath. You can close your eyes or keep it open and pray. There's a lot of energy. There's shaking going on in the hands. Can take a few deep breaths and really connect with the ancestors. On the father's side of the family, known and unknown, 6 generations. Please come and take this offering. Allow yourself to cleanse your bodies, your minds, your souls, your spiritual bodies, your energy bodies, wherever you are in the spiritual realm. And in that cleansing, I will be cleansed of all the problems, all the challenges that you faced, that I inherited, that I'm feeling cursed or can't get out of. Please remove it. And then ask for whatever you want to be removed. Be pouring the water and then the sounds, Tiranilakantam, focus on your throat. Tiranilakantam, washing away 6 generations on the father's side of the family, the paternal side of the family, all the problems, all the afflictions, all the addictions, all the pain and suffering. Tiranilakantam, 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 and pray wholeheartedly. Find your soul. Ask for money miracles, ask for healing in all aspects of your life. Tirunīlakantam, 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 Tirunīlakantam. Feel the release. Keep focusing your attention on your throat, your shoulders, your heart, your third eye. In Dr. Pillai's name, in Lord Shiva's name, may your ancestors be absolved of the heavy burden, the karma, that is holding them from ascending into more divine realms and preventing them from blessing you. Now you are blessed just by doing this. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Tirunīlakantam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment, peace to the world. So that's the end of the Tarpanam ritual, the offering, the ancestor offering. With this bowl, you can take it and pour it into your garden, which I will do. Or you can pour it down your drain, but make sure you have a drain catcher. Catch all the items. And then you can put it in the waste bin or put it in your garden or in an ocean or a river if you're going to go do that. By the Tarpanam by the riverside or ocean side or lakeside. So that's the end of the Tarpanam session today. Thanks so much for joining. Those of you who need to go. Those of you who are going to be here for a bit, we'll take a look at what you've been sharing. Oh, Jamie's here today. Hi, Jamie. Thank you so much. So Bhairavi's here too. Thank you for the awesome ritual demonstration. So make sure that you do this Tarpanam daily. And the only item you need really is the black sesame seeds. And you understand now why. So if you're just jumping in now, please watch the recording, share this with your friends or your family members. It's going to be there on Pillai Center Practice YouTube. It might be helpful for them to just try it out and see how the afflictions from the life, the gene pool can be removed with this simple technique. And all your investment of your time, your energy, your resources, money, your attentional energy, your discipline, your devotion to your spiritual path, to your material pursuits, you will start to reap the benefits because the ancestors are in us. They share our genes. We want to cleanse the genes. So doing this offering just with the black sesame seeds and the water is going to be a good start. But once you start doing it, you want to add to it and you feel this deeper connection. And your ancestors will actually say, hey, more of this or a little bit less of that. And so you're using your own consciousness, your own awareness, your own ability to perceive past the physical stuff of this physical world. And then we will know, oh, I can tap into this intelligence, this energy, and I can connect my soul to the souls of my ancestors through Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings, of course, and then trying out these different items that will help you to, offering these different items that will help you to commune deeper and cleanse your soul genetics. So you're very welcome, everyone. Thanks so much again for joining. We're going to be here one more day, one more power time in a couple of days, depending on where you are in the world. So it's going to be the new moon. So please hit the subscribe to this channel, and then you will receive the alert. If you hit the bell, you'll receive the alert. So someone is saying, can I do time online or sunrises or sunset? So Tarpanam, after the sun rises and before the sun sets, that is called daylight hours. So if it's dark out, it's not quite daylight. So do the Tarpanam offering during daylight hours, wherever you are in the world. If you are tuning in right now and it's not daylight, it's nighttime, or maybe it's daytime, it's morning, but the sun has not yet risen, then just wait until it does rise. Then it becomes daylight hours. You can participate in the prayer that we're doing here, because not only are we doing it for ourselves individually, we're also doing it for the world. So this happens to be daylight here in Toronto, Canada, so we're good. The reason we don't want to do it during the nighttime or before sun rises is because some ancestors who are not ready and willing to go into the light quite yet, they might be disturbing. So they can be harming your thoughts and causing problems in the life if you invite them at nighttime or non-daylight hours. So you don't want to experiment with it. We're trying to keep it safe for you. But if you have and you didn't know before, that's okay too. Just do it during the daylight hereafter. So another informative session. Great, Jaya. Great, Katina. Nice to see you all here. So, and that's Dr. Pillai asking us. I remember a long, long time ago when I first started studying with Dr. Pillai, he said, you have so many ancestor afflictions. And I was like, I don't even know what that means. And then he said, start doing the Tarpanam. And I said, I don't even know what that means. And at that time, he said, okay, start offering this every hour. So you might feel some days that you're going to do multiple offerings. So we did one offering for the mother's side of the family, one offering for the father's side of the family. You can do one offering for both sides of the family. You don't have to say ancestors' names. In fact, I don't know all my ancestors' names. I had a very strange upbringing with respect to relatives and who my gene pool is and was. So that's okay, because we're at a soul level. We're in the spiritual realm. So if you want to find out more about that, maybe you want to go on to ancestry.ca or .com or whatever it is in your country and explore that. But you might also find that you're really interested in going to the grave site or the burial site. Maybe your relatives or your ancestors were cremated and then their ashes were spread in a park, or maybe there was a tree that was planted in an ancestor's name, and you go to that place and you just meditate there, you pray there for that ancestor's soul because you're being guided to go there. So strange things will start to happen, not scary things, but you will start to, whoa, I'm so interested in this ancestor, because that's what's their life perhaps was all about, and it's awakening inside of you. So just like we've had ancestors who really struggled, we've also had ancestors who are really fabulous and they did really great things. So you want to honor the ones who were struggling, want to honor the ones who had fabulous lives, and then you cleanse their souls, and then they can go to high heights and bless you. And not only you, but everyone in your gene pool. So even if no one in your life in your family life or your relatives are on a spiritual path or they're doing anything like what you're doing, it doesn't matter. It's still going to benefit them. So hope that you experienced some kind of blessing coming from doing this community service. So even though you thought, oh, I'm going to show up just for my own benefit, well, you also benefited way beyond you. So Dr. Pillai has grabbed us at the level of the souls, and then he's so happy that you're here, whether you're watching this live or going to watch it the recording later on. He knows that you are here to uplift humanity in whatever small way that you can. So thank you, everyone, for joining today. If you have questions, send them into office@plycenter.com. If you want to participate in the new moon, the final day, MAHA is the great time for the ancestors to come. This is the last moment that they can be here on the earth plane, giving us tremendous blessings. They're going to bless us all the time hereafter, but this is the time where party gifts get given out. So come to the new moon Tarpanam practice here, or participate in the paid new moon services, and you will experience blessings in your life thereafter. So send your questions in to office@plycenter.com, or you can definitely be asking on if you join the Ply Center practice Facebook or WhatsApp, or Ply Center WhatsApp or Facebook, or if you're in different courses, please make sure that you're chatting it up and reminding each other about how important it is to do your Tarpanam every single day for the rest of your life. So God bless you all. Thank you again, our fabulous support team, Jamie and Bhairavi, and also Arjun, and everyone at Ply Center team. It takes a village for us to come together. And of course, first and foremost, Dr. Ply's grace and blessings. So have an amazing rest of your Mahalaya if we don't see you, but please do try to come, or at least watch the recording of the new moon, because we don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be fabulous. All right. God bless you all. Namaste.